Well, it's already got quite warm. What's the time? It's 10 o'clock. And it's already, the sun's shining. Now this straight away reminds me of Ben Nevis yesterday. And the amount of times I slipped and fell. I actually turned my ankle on the way down. So I'm suffering a little bit in the first place, but you know, we struggle on. But it's absolutely beautiful here. I mean, I've got to keep the camera around my neck today because I need both hands free. Come on in. I have to keep both hands free because it is quite a treacherous walk, apparently. If it gets wet, certainly, and that was part of the problem yesterday. Hopefully if I come across some good views, I'll be able to connect the camera to the selfie stick and get some good shots as well. Morning. 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 Apparently it's about a half hour, 45-minute walk to the falls themselves. So we'll see how we go. We'll see how long it takes us. Certainly nothing like the 9 hours it took to get up and down Ben Nevis yesterday, which was as I said in the film itself, it was without doubt the most physically and mentally challenging thing I've ever done. But boy, was it worth it. One of the biggest problems I had yesterday climbing Nevis, apart from just the extremity of it all, was how over a period of time my rucksack started pinching my shoulder blades and my neck, so that by the end it was almost unbearable. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can already start seeing smaller waterfalls. Well, that's the first challenge overcome. Morning. Morning. Lots of lovely people about already on this one, and as you can see, we're climbing higher and higher. Oh, I tell you what, I'm already feeling this, although it is probably doing wonders for my stiff legs from yesterday. Morning. Morning. I'll be honest with you, I think it's almost time to take the fleece off, because it's really quite warm. Hey. I don't know if there's anything more beautiful in nature than a waterfall. What do you think? Tell you what, that's going to be some clean water. You could probably drink that straight from the source. I mean, I don't know. So don't quote me on that one, but I mean, that is literally a mountain spring. I noticed yesterday coming down Ben Nevis that in some of these rock formations there are what are essentially footholds. Rather than just stepping onto the rock itself, you can find a little place to wedge your foot. I suppose as rock climbers would do, and that will give you some support. Not much support, but it'll give you some. They're the kind of things you might find at a climbing wall. Now, see, this is so slippery, this bit. That's where I get concerned that the trainers won't, although they're hiking trainers, they won't actually hold on the wet rock. So focus is really required. Now then, how about that? How stunning is that? See, it's not so much going up these things is the problem, because in a way you've got firm footing, because you're putting all your body weight onto it, whereas when you're coming down you're leaning back, and that's where the slips happen, because your body weight isn't on the rock. So that's why I found yesterday coming down almost as hard as going up. You can hear the pure power of that waterfall down there now. I mean, I can just about see it, but I mean, that's not the waterfall itself, that's where it gets to. And as I say, you can hear the raw power of that much water cascading down. I'm right on cue. We're heading downwards. This is why I really couldn't be holding the camera on a selfie stick for this particular walk. You absolutely need both hands. Oh, it's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Now apparently there's when you get down to the end or the bottom of this, when you get down to the bottom of this, there's a steel rope bridge. Now, you don't have to cross it apparently to get to the falls, but a lot of people do, and I'm in two minds still whether I want to try that one out. We'll see when we get there. Wow. I mean, these rocks must have been here for millions of years. Just worn away by the constant flow of water. Now, this is where I'm glad that I bought waterproof hiking trainers, because really a lot of the time it's better to a lot of times it's better to go in the water to get a good foothold. That was hairy, I'm not gonna lie, that was a hairy moment. Now apparently this area, this waterfalls, is owned and maintained by the John Muir Trust, and they've tried to make things a little easier for visitors by making footbridges like this. Right, this slopey rock isn't our friend. I'm almost already looking back on the way up at where I'm going to put my feet on the way down. I did notice a few people yesterday coming down Ben Nevis using walking sticks or hiking sticks to help them get down, which I'm not saying is a bad idea, but to me I feel as though you need to use your hands against the rocks to support yourself rather than sticks, because really it's not a first point of contact. Hiya. I mean, look at these rocks. They, like I say, they must have been here for millions and millions of years with that water flowing through it. Right, so I've had a quick change of battery. That one I was just using ran itself down pretty quickly. So I've been going for about 25 minutes. So hopefully we're not too far away from where we're trying to get to. Only. I mean, you just can't get over the absolute enormity of nature. You know, it's massive. And it's the most powerful thing. Those rocks look like they've had everything washed off them to the point they've been polished. Right. This is where you need to use your hands. Look at that. Just look at that. Tell me you wouldn't want to go for a swim in there. I don't even know how much of this audio is getting picked up because it's so loud. But hopefully it's not just a load of mumbling. Yeah, this fleece is going to have to come off any second because it's really quite warm. Morning. And there it is, right in front of us. And that wasn't too bad a walk, to be fair, in terms of distance anyway. Oh God, it's just so beautiful. I know I keep saying it. You know, I first kind of got a love for this kind of environment when I was like mountains and stuff. When I went to Berchtesgaden in Germany, which is up near the Swiss Alps, the German and Swiss border. Sorry, the German and Austrian border. And it's the same sort of landscape. And it just, I don't know, it's something about the size of things in nature that blow me away. And it's almost like you feel you want to be a part of it, even if it's just by coming and walking on it or looking at it. So here I am, doing exactly that. I've still got a bit of my London mindset going on, where I'm kind of rushing everything. I'm trying to get to places quickly instead of maybe enjoying it a little bit more, taking my time. But that kind of mindset isn't going to vanish in a couple of days. I mean, that's certainly the biggest waterfall I've ever seen. We're just going to keep going until we can get as close as we can, at which point you probably won't hear a word I'm saying, and I'm sure some people will be grateful for that, but you can instead enjoy the sound of nature. So later on today we're driving down to Arisaig, which is further out to the west, and then in the morning we're going to pick up the ferry to Mallaig, the Mallaig ferry to Skye. I've forgotten the place now. I've forgotten the name of the place that we're going to. Armadale, something like that. And we're gonna go over to Skye and have Although 48 hours, seeing as much as we can see there before returning to the mainland, and then staying one more night, and then driving to, I think we're driving to Stirling, and then staying there the night, and then coming home. So it's a full week, and there's plenty of opportunity for hikes and things to see. So hopefully we'll be able to get as much as we can on camera. Yeah. There's the rope bridge. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to try that rope bridge, considering all the equipment I've got in my bag. So, because if anyone's going to fall off that, it's going to be me. Well, she's braver than me.
Yeah, screw it, I'm thinking get it.
No,
going,
Pro couldn't do that.
That will take an hour for our
I'm sure there must be another way across this river other than that rope bridge. It's just a case of finding it. Maybe here. Oh dear, that is some spiky rock. Right, where there's a will, there's a way. Question is, can we get over to the next bit? This is a valley and a half, isn't it? The sun shining up right behind the waterfall. It's literally directly above it, and it means it's slightly difficult to get a good view of the fall rather than the sun shining. There we go. I'm just praying that the camera is doing it justice at how big this thing is, how spectacular. So it looks like I've been filming on standard shot for I don't know how long, which is really annoying. But hopefully now we've got a slightly better view, or a better picture I should say. Well, I think we've got as close as we can for now. I'm going to keep looking for another option, another way to get closer onto the other bank, but for now that's about as good as we're going to get it, I think. But what a spectacular waterfall, absolutely incredible. You see the water, or the moisture, shall we say, glistening off that mountain there. Looks like granite. I don't know what it is, but it looks like granite. Now I'm going to be very careful where I'm walking here because I don't want to find myself in a bog. Up to my knees in it, like that. I'm willing to put money on the fact that if you were to put your foot in that, you probably won't be coming out for a while. These are the things you've really got to watch for. One last look at the waterfall. I just realised it looks like there's a hut at the top of that, right at the very top of that waterfall. It looks like a hut. It's probably one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. glistening in the sun. Relentless. It's never ever going to stop. £100% worth the visit. I'm not going to lie, when I woke up this morning I could barely stand up out of bed because I hurt so much from yesterday. It took me a good 15 minutes to get going, and I sort of toyed with the idea of sacking this one off, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because this is life enriching stuff. As I've said many times, it's good for the soul. Your life can only be better for seeing stuff like that. Your heart. I think that rope bridge is brilliant. I bet the kids love it. I would love it if I had somebody with me to look after me bag, but as anyone who knows me will tell you, I've got a tendency to be slightly clumsy, and if I can fall off things, then I will fall off things. I'll be honest with you, I don't even want to leave. I could stay here all day. But instead I might do with having a little sip of water. And then I'll make the, and then I'll head back. And then I'll head back. But God, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Well, they're coming thick and fast now, the people to see this, and I can understand why, having just come from it. I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the Highlands' major attractions. Morning. Yeah. Now I'm already very aware that the going back is going to be as tricky as coming over here. So I've still got to keep my wits about me. There's a tendency, I think, sometimes to feel like you get to your destination, you feel like you've done it, without thinking, you know, you still got to get back again. So you sort of relax a little bit and maybe don't keep your eye on the ball as much. But I must have slipped on rocks coming down Ben Nevis at least 4 times, maybe 5 yesterday. Slipped, fell on my arse, and I did turn my ankle as well, which thankfully while I'm walking on it isn't giving me too much ag. It's when I sort of keep still that it starts to hurt. So I don't really want to have to do that again. I don't want to fall again and do irreparable damage. I mean, it's dawned on me a little bit that I never really thought about this before, but it's dawned on me a little bit that this channel is almost like a memory album of this period in my life. You know, it'll always be there, and well, unless YouTube for some reason decide to delete the channel. But yeah, Morning. But yeah, it's like a... Morning. You're welcome. It's like a memory, a memory album, shall we say. A live memory album. I've been shouted at or barked at by dogs. I've fallen down plenty of holes. And I've probably clocked up quite a few miles in the time I've been doing this channel. So, you know, one day when I'm old and grey, or greyer, hopefully I'll be able to look back on them and remember, you know, remember the places I've been and the things I've done, I guess. One last look. Absolutely beautiful. Please. Alright. You okay? You come. Come. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. The raw power. I mean, I wonder if the water flowing through there has you know, pushed a hole in that rock between those boulders, and eventually one day, oh no, it won't eventually collapse, will it? Because it will have run out. It's very wet rock here, so major slip hazard. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Go.
You have to really use your body on some of these. You have to twist and turn and push against things. Stop there for a second. Right, this is where it's gonna be nasty. Right. Thank you. Right. Now, although this is incredibly jagged, because we're going up this time for most of it, this, as I said on the way here, going up is almost easier than coming down, because you've got some perches where you put your feet. Please. a little bit out of breath, not gonna lie. Oh, that's quite a deep ravine down there. It's a long way down. There was one particular rock formation on the way up here that I thought to myself, oh God, that one looks like it's going to cause problems. And I'm not sure yet if I've been past it or not.
I think I have thirst.
Is he talking?
Yes, he's right there.
So I'll do it.
Just don't move! Don't move! There is a rescue number? Highlands?
Ambulance, I think, or rescue. Yes, he is breathing. Yes. So we've got back to the car finally after that emergency stop to help that guy that had fallen. Guy had fallen down the ravine and got stuck. He'd fallen about 20 feet and he was bleeding, and you know, we called the emergency services and I've just seen them. They're all over the place now. But I passed them en route to him, rope access and ambulance service, which just goes to show how dangerous those places can be, and how you've got to be really, really careful about what you're doing. So, you know, hopefully he makes a full recovery. I'm sure he's in the best hands. Everyone's here: police, ambulance, fire brigade, the whole lot. So, hopefully he makes full recovery. And yeah, I mean, that's the first. So yeah, that's the end of this walk. And you know, really guys, it really proves the point how careful you have to be on these hikes, especially in mountainous areas. Please be careful if you do any of them. You know, focus on what you're doing rather than taking in the sights. You know, stop and take in the sights rather than walk and take in the sights. When you're walking, the only thing you should be looking at is where you're putting your feet. So anyway, until next time, take care.